History tells us the first winter at Plymouth Colony was brutal. Starvation, scurvy, the unforgiving New England cold. But what if the official records are hiding something far more terrifying? What if the greatest threat to the Pilgrims wasn't in the wilderness around them, but in the dark corners of their own minds? Let's talk about the Plymouth Psyche breach of 1620. If you look at the original journals from that time, William Bradford's of Plymouth Plantation and another text called Mort's Relation, you'll find something disturbing. Dozens of passages have been physically scraped off the vellum pages, deliberately erased from history in the 18th century. What were they so desperate to hide? Thanks to surviving notes in the margins and a few forbidden transcripts kept in private collections, we have a name for this hidden terror. The Pilgrims called it the Black Pilgrim. This wasn't a person. It was something they described as a shared, contagious hallucination. Imagine this. You're one of the colonists, huddled against the cold, already on edge. Suddenly, in the very corner of your eye, you see something. It looks exactly like one of your neighbors, a perfect double, but it's completely black, like a walking shadow with no face or features. You only ever see it in your peripheral vision. It never speaks, it never touches you. But here's the horrifying part. Every single person who reported seeing the Black Pilgrim clearly, who turned and got a direct look at it, was dead within 9 days. The official cause of death would be listed as an accident. They'd say the person simply walked into the freezing bay in the middle of the night, or that they tragically fell on their own knife while working alone. It was a neat, clean explanation for something that defied all logic. Modern psychology might try to explain this away. We could call it the first documented case of a weaponized nocebo effect. The nocebo effect is the opposite of the placebo. It's when a negative belief causes real, physical harm. If you believe seeing this entity will kill you, your own mind and body might just make it happen. You could combine that with mass traumatic dissociation, a whole community so traumatized by their ordeal that they collectively break from reality. But the colonists had their own explanation, and it's even more unsettling. The secret lies in William Bradford's private cipher, a coded journal that wasn't decrypted until the 1930s by an occult historian named Charles H. Danforth. And what he found was so shocking that the findings were immediately suppressed. Bradford confessed that the separatist elders, the leaders of the colony, knew about the Black Pilgrim before they even set sail from Leiden, Harlan. They didn't see it as a demon or a curse. They believed it was the wrathful eidolon of the elect. In their minds, it was a psychic antibody, an entity birthed from their own extreme, absolute religious faith. Their belief in their own divine purpose was so powerful, so unshakable, that it literally tore a hole in the fabric of reality. This guardian, this Black Pilgrim, was created to protect the purity of their spiritual mission. And how did it protect it? By culling the herd, targeted anyone whose faith was wavering, anyone who was psychologically impure, to preserve the colony's collective soul. So what did they do when their friends and family started seeing these shadow figures? Did they try to help them? Did they comfort them? No, they did the opposite. They didn't try to stop it. They facilitated it. They kept meticulous, secret records. Who saw the Black Pilgrim? On what day? Once a person's name was on that list, their fate was sealed. The elders would quietly cut their food rations. They would assign them to the most dangerous guard duties, alone, in the dead of night. Looking back, we can now see that at least 19 deaths that were officially blamed on famine or exposure perfectly match the 9-day pattern. The leaders of Plymouth weren't just watching their people die, they were helping it happen. They were participants in a ritual of purification. And there are more strange details that deepen the mystery. For one, the entity only ever appeared to the English settlers. The local Wampanoag people, who interacted with the colony, never saw it. It was a sickness, a psychic virus, that only infected the Pilgrims themselves. It was born from their culture, their faith, and their fears. Now, let's talk about those scraped vellum pages from Bradford's journal. What happened to them? Decades later, it was discovered that the scraped parchment hadn't been destroyed. It was reused, repurposed, to bind a special black-letter Bible. This Bible is rumored to be kept today in an unnamed Ivy League library, locked away in a lead-lined box. Those who have been near it claim that when the book is opened under specific, unknown conditions, the air fills with the smell of wet earth and salt, and you can hear the distinct sound of boots crunching on frozen sand. It's as if the memory of that winter is physically trapped within the pages. The story of the Black Pilgrim is a chilling piece of alternate history, a glimpse into how the psychological pressures of the New World could manifest in truly terrifying ways. But here's where it gets personal. Here's the final, disturbing payload of this story. To this day, researchers who spend too much time digging into these redacted passages, who get too close to the truth of the Psyche breach, report something strange. They begin to see their own black pilgrim. In a mirror, a darkened window, any reflective surface, a featureless, shadow version of themselves, lurking in the corner of their vision, and it always appears at the same time, no matter where they are in the world, 3:17 a.m., local time. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Was the Black Pilgrim just a product of 17th century superstition? Or did the pilgrims unleash something that's still out there, waiting in our peripheral vision? An echo of a faith so strong it could kill. Perhaps some doors, once opened, can never truly be closed. Thanks for joining me down this rabbit hole. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows of history, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments what you think the Black Pilgrim really was. Until next time, stay curious.